Here we are, the finale, part 4 of our eternal struggle.
Witty retort.
We begin this episode with space police chicks chatting with one another and setting up dinner dates, while Nanoha and Fate enjoy another relaxing day at school. You know, I sure am glad there's all this time to piss away while an evil book grows ever closer to ending all life as we know it. Priorities.
No, Will, it's fine. They're doing important things like gawking at cell phones, and then proceeding to buy cell phones. You've obviously never been a 9-year-old girl before, so it's forgivable.
Okay, never mind. Looks like we're being introduced to the Infinity Stack.
管理局の管理を受けている世界の書籍やデータがすべて収められた、言うなれば世界の記憶を収めた場所。それがここ。ここでの探し物は大変だよ。
Alright, let me get this straight. This Infinity Stack, or Immortal Barnes & Noble or whatever you're gonna call it today, is a massive library of thousands of recorded events contained in a hyper-futuristic storage facility on a spaceship, and you keep these records barely organized as dusty old tomes? You don't store this information in a supercomputer that has, I don't know, a fucking search feature? Even a pre-1990 library would be easier to navigate than this.
検索魔法も用意してきましたし。
Oh, well, wouldn't you know it? They have search magic they can use. The information they need must be a click away then. Oh, cool. And by comparison, how long does it take to perform a Google search again?
If it's any consolation, we get to see Nanoha and Fate and, bitch, make melon bread! Wowie wow, what a great use of our time. Jesus Christ!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 7 years, but we'd like to welcome you back to the one, the only, Places to Never Pause! Thank God that's... What's wrong with your hips?
Alright, time to make some calls. Suddenly, emergency B, as a warning signal calls the three of them away from these exciting and bone-snapping, melon-infused antics. Alert rank 0? Well, that doesn't sound like much of an emergency at all.
Feel we should go to Purple Alert.
Actually, it turns out the baddies are in the desert somewhere, doing something. They must be up to no good considering that they're in, you know, a desert where nobody lives. To arms?
しまった。
Ah yes, Signum fights Slifer the Sky Dragon in the Yu-Gi-Oh crossover that nobody wanted.
Hey, if Yu-Gi-Oh involves tentacle bondage, then sign me up.
No! Anyway, Fate and Arv show up to save the bad guys? Why? If these villains are filling an evil book's magic balls and their sword-wielding comrades about to be off by a giant snake dragon thing, then why on God's green earth are our heroes helping them? It's like they're some kind of heroes or something. Oh, wait.
まあ、悪い人の邪魔が私の仕事ですし。そうか、悪人だったな。
You certainly are.
Back at Who Gives a Shit HQ, another Amber Alert goes off as they see Vita off somewhere else. Conveniently, Nanoha stayed behind instead of going to help Fate and Arf, so now she can be deployed to confront Vita. Snore.
Sate and Figum engage in what is actually a half-decent fight scene. Or what would be if there was any level of tension in this series, but as we've seen time and time again, none of these characters are capable of dying or even being injured, so this is just gonna be more of the same, full of sound and fury signifying my ass.
Meanwhile, somewhere else entirely, this dull bitch once again tries to talk to this tsundere twat. As per usual, nothing is accomplished.
よし、ここまで離せば攻撃も来ねえ。
It's a direct hit.
Boo! This show is fucking dumb. This is still Deus Ex bullshit. The no stakes that were previously present have now devolved into negative stakes. Even when something potentially impactful or dire might occur, the plot flicks its wrists and nullifies the consequences while laughing openly at you for having a functioning brain.
Not only that, but why are they fighting? Again! Why do we have to keep asking this? But seriously, why are they fighting? If Nanoha, Fate, and the rest of the Time Police want information from them, why is trying to kill them the best course of action? Nanoha unleashed a devastating beam at Vita, ostensibly with the intention to obliterate her, and if Plot McHolington hadn't saved Vita's ass at the last moment, she'd be particulate matter! What interrogation would you do then?
Tell me everything you know! These nuts are always the toughest ones to crack. Well, fine then. We'll see you tomorrow.
Back in the epic battle, Fate and Signum stand off, and just when they're about to clash...
Watch out! It's that one guy.
That's right, Jim Carrey's The Mask shows up and puts his hand through Fate to steal her magic necklace, just like with Nanoha earlier. Except that time it was stolen by Shamal and... Wait, wasn't the masked doofus just over wherever else rescuing Vita from being blown to smithereens? Why is he here too? Is he omnipresent? Is he God?
Do the Knights of the Book even know who he is? He keeps showing up and they're all shocked and shit, and then we just cut away. Let me guess, they won't even start the next episode with any indication of what follows. Motherfucker! This is the absolute worst writing. Not only does this character have no name, he also has no motivation aside from stop the good guys. He is literally nothing. He's the embodiment of the writers having no idea what the hell they're doing, and instead of developing the villains we do have by making them a competent challenge for Nanoha and Fate, they lazily shoehorn in Maskman.
Well, we do learn very little about this idiot, but at least we get a smidgen of knowledge here in that it doesn't seem like he's working with the Book Knights. They're just sitting around grumbling about him.
Oh
my god! You can talk!
I mean, we are grappling with shit subtitles here, but from the sound of things, they're at least aware of this guy's existence, and even if they aren't allied with him, it seems like he has the same goal: fill the book. But we've also learned that filling the book kills the owners, so does this guy just have a hate boner for Ji Feng? You know what, I'm done trying to reason out an unreasonable anime.
Hayate is hurt or something, but before we can see how that plays out, we return to space and find that Fate has woken up. As usual, there is no tension. We then return to Earth and Hayate is totally fine. As usual, there is no tension. The doctor explains that maybe the paralysis is spreading, which is something the Knights as well as we the audience already knew because of the book. As usual, there is no tension.
Also, what is wrong with your wheelchair?
Back in Book Heaven, they still haven't figured out how to ask Jeeves a goddamn thing. They have made a bit of progress, however, determining that the Dark Book didn't used to be the Dark Book. It used to just be a magic book that was intended to store knowledge of magic, but was corrupted by one of its previous owners. They spend time telling us more things we already know and pissing away the seconds to get to that sweet, sweet 21-minute mark, and Nanoha and Fate do more little girl things. As usual, there's no tension.
Wait a second. Can we address the fact that they basically just repeated the exact same plot that Nanoha already went through a few episodes ago, just with Fate this time? Magic stolen, bedridden, and then recovered in a day? Literally beat for beat the exact same thing.
No, there's no time. Shamal just discovered that Nanoha and Fate are going to meet Hayate today. She speaks to Signum about this, who assures Shamal that there's nothing to worry about since the magic is in the Dark Book. As usual, there is no tension! Well, Will, I have some news. I wish I had told you a little sooner, but I've actually accepted a job offer, and I'm going to be moving out of state.
What?
I'm not going to be able to do Animerica anymore, I'm sorry.
You couldn't have told me sooner? Now I'm completely fucked. How am I supposed to do this on my own? Well?
Hello?
You're taking a phone call.
Okay. Alright, thanks for letting me know. Never mind. Job offer's off the table, and I'm not going to be moving anymore, so...
Well,
how'd that work out for you?
That's great for me. Oh, wait. I almost forgot. I have some news of my own. It's not good. My, doctor tells me that I have cancer. It's completely inoperable. I've got, 3 months to live, maybe.
Oh my god, Will, what are you going to do?
Hang on. Yes, hello? Oh, doctor, how's it going? What? No. You're serious? Oh my god! Yeah, thanks. I'll talk to you later, but... My cancer, it's gone! A totally clean bill of health. I'm completely cured!
Wow, that's... I kind of wish you hadn't told me that now.
Why? What could possibly be bad?
Your wife took a hit out on you. And I'm fulfilling the contract, so I was just going to let the cancer do its thing, 3 months left to live and everything, but unfortunately, now I need to fulfill the contract.
No, don't.
I'm
please
sorry.
Please don't!
Hello? Yeah? The hit's off? Oh. Well, okay then. Aren't you just a lucky ducky? Yeah! As expected, Nanoha and Fate visit Hayate with no issue, despite Shamal spying on them like a child predator. And then we get a montage of Signum and Vita getting their asses kicked by monsters. This seems unfair to the two of them, but also, if they're trying to fill pages of the Dark Book, how are the two of them filling pages in different places? Only one of them can actually hold the book, right? And we see them carrying it around when they go to fight the monsters, so what am I missing here? Oh, tension. That's what I was missing. Tension.
Back in the peanut brittle desert, Signum muses aloud that they still have 60 pages to go. Some inconsequential fluff happens, playdates are made, I hate this show, please kill me.
Well, isn't this awkward? Nanoha and Fate showed up while the Belkan Knights were visiting. Looks like their cover is blown. I wonder if there will be any tension.
通信妨害を。
シャマルはバックアップのエキスパートだ。この距離なら造作もない。
颯ちゃんが闇の書の主。
悲願はあとわずかで叶う。
ちょっと待って、話を聞いてください。ダメなんです。闇の書が完成したら颯ちゃんは。
You've gotta be fucking kidding me. It's come to this. Nanoha and Fate both know that filling the book will kill Hayate, while the Belkan Knights apparently do not realize this, in fact believing the opposite to be true. But Nanoha tries once to tell them and gets immediately attacked by Vita. So now, they obviously have no recourse left but to fight. This is atrocious. This entire confrontation would literally be solved by Nanoha or Fate saying, no, if you fill the book, she'll die. And, perhaps citing their sources in that they've done research in the fucking Infinity Library to determine this undeniable fact. That would probably make sense since Nanoha and Fate are the ones who have been trying to talk to them the entire series. And if Vita gets all retarded and yells, "You lie!" just allow them past the telepathy jammer for a moment and contact the Time Administration. If Nanoha and Fate get out of line or blab about Hayate or the book's whereabouts, the Knights could kill them on the spot. It'd clear this whole thing up without another waste of time fight. But, maybe I give too much credit to these prepubescent girls, and to the writers, and humanity. I hate everything.
Just when you thought things might spice up with a big fight scene, suddenly, hombre enmascarado! And surprise, surprise, there are actually two of them! Guess that answers how he was in both places at once. But it does not answer for the many other crimes this show has thus far committed. He binds Nanoha and Fate, and in a sudden surprise move, binds all the Belkan Knights as well. Ah, shoot! If only they had taken the time to explain that the Dark Book is, in fact, dark, maybe they could have avoided this mix-up.
Fuck you!
The masked men capture the magic of the four knights, which, for some reason, makes Signum and Shamal totally disappear, but leaves Vita and Zafira simply incapacitated. The Shroud Fags don disguises to impersonate Nanoha and Fate. They beam Hayate aboard the rooftop jamboree and coax her into awakening by threatening to kill Vita. Wow, that was poorly framed. It looked like her head just became a book. All you need is an angry face on it for maximum effect.
And boss time! Ooh, she gets a Magical Girl sequence, complete with enhancements. Then, as this newer, badder, boobier Hayate charges up Spirit Bomb, the episode ends. The next episode, alert!
So, I have no idea what the actual hell is going on in this scene. Did we miss an episode or something? I thought we were just on Earth with Hayate transforming into Hot Bod, but now we're back in space? And apparently there's another Time Police spaceship that's being attacked? Destroyed? I'm totally lost.
Best I can gather is the Dark Book somehow took control of this other ship. I do not recall them ever alluding to this other ship, or showing it, so this just feels like it was lazily slapped in to have something for the space cops to do. Doesn't matter anyway, since back on Earth, Hayate gets ready to blow all the shit up. The cowl cunts stand by only to get caught by Chrono, who removes their masks, revealing them to be the cat girls from the spaceship.
So the cat girls were the masked men the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the masked men that were appearing out of nowhere and helping the Balkan Knights and the Dark Book.
Mm-hmm. What's that look for? It makes total sense. If you're a complete idiot. You probably thought you were awfully clever with this reveal, writers, but there are way too many problems for me to let it slide. First off, these Catgirl familiars were aboard the time-space ship thing. They were helping Yuno dig for information about the Dark Book. When would they have been able to slip away and help the Balkan Knights so many times? Not only that, but how did they slip away without being noticed by anyone on the ship? Ostensibly, they were in cahoots with Gil Graham to do this, but they definitely were not in cahoots with the numerous other people who were helping Nanoha and Fate try to stop the book, including, Yuno, Chrono, Lindy, and the rest. How in the actual fuck could they possibly have gotten around any sort of detection this entire time? And another thing, it's only ever been shown that these familiars can switch between a humanoid form and an animal form, sometimes with a stupid chibi form too, but it's never even hinted at that they can shapeshift to whatever they want, rendering this whole reveal a stupid gotcha instead of an impactful plot twist. And to top it all off, the Balkan Knights just assumed they were agents of the book? If they didn't know who the masked men were, why the fuck were they accepting their help? Their mission is to fill the Dark Book and protect Hayate, not invite Johnny who the fuck to help them out whenever he decides to pop by, totally ignorant of his identity, motives, or the extent of his powers. To trust some random asshat who shows up randomly and happens to bind your opponents is to be an absolute garbage agent of your supposed life purpose. Why can't this show do anything right? Shut up!
Nanoha! Fate! Yuno-kun! Harufu-san!
Back aboard the Starlight Express, Chrono learns of the nefarious plans of Gil Graham and his cat harem. It's worth noting that Chrono has ditched Nanoha, Fate, and the rest during a tremendous battle with Hayate's true form to take the cat girls back to space and have a calm sit-down with them. No stakes, no tension.
Wow.
What an asshole. Although he does kinda have a point. No. This douche nozzle has doomed Hayate to death by evil tome because she's an orphan, reasoning that since she's alone, nobody will miss her. Well, if this is your plan, why not give the book to, I don't know, an elderly person, or maybe someone who was dying of a terminal illness? Or maybe, I don't know, why don't you hold the book yourself, you unabashed cunt? We certainly wouldn't miss you.
永久凍結をされるような犯罪者じゃない。
You betray the law!
Chrono rightly thinks that this plan is retarded, citing that people will try to unlock the time freeze to get the power of the book for themselves. The only option is total annihilation. You know what that means. Yep, more pointless action.
Sir, there are non-combatants on the left at 300 yards.
I don't believe you. There has never once ever been a pedestrian anywhere in any major city in this entire fucking show.
No, but there are this time, and they're two friends, because they're the only people that live in the giant city.
Unbelievable.
とりあえず逃げよう。なるべく遠くへ。
You go that way. I'll go home.
すみません。危ないですから、そこでじっとしててください。なの。フェイトちゃん。
Wow, what a coinky dinky dink. Major city! No cars, no traffic, no humans. The show sucks. Whatever. Nanoha and Fate rescue Toe Jam and Earl, and they get teleported away, I guess. Hayate's big purple semicircle did no damage to anything and hurt no one. No tension!
心を閉ざして何も考えずに主の願いを叶えるための道具でいてあなたはそれでいいの？我は魔導書。
Why are you talking to me? I'm just a book.
だけど言葉を使えるでしょ？心があるでしょ？
Nope, just a book.
They try reasoning with a book because they are stupid 10-year-olds, and when that doesn't work, they decide to hit the book with their sticks. This doesn't go well.
Phrasing?
Tasty Boz is now Tasty Book. The episode ends. We got 3 episodes left. Thank Jesus, we're almost
So
done.
if you were to I don't know, hypothetically speaking, if you were to sex Hayate,
What?
No, the adult, the transformed version, the book, the whatever book.
Yeah, sure, okay.
So yeah, if you were to sex her, would that make you a libraryophile, liberalophile?
Bibliophile?
Yeah, that's what I said. Meanwhile, in Dragon Ball Z...
No, you dolt. That's the Garden of Time that What's-Her-Face's ship from Season 1.
Oh, wait, what? You remember things from Season 1?
Well, I did, but looks like the Garden of Time has become the Garden of Readin'. Okay, well, fuck you too then.
Yeah, we're in Fate's dream at this point, which can only mean that most of this won't matter in the slightest to the overall plot. Third to last episode of this series, and we're going fucking shoe shopping with Fate's fantasy family. Unbelievable.
Nope, skipping it. Hayate's dreaming as well, it seems, except her dreams consist of floating in ethereal space. Wow, she really is all alone. You know, maybe Graham did have a point. The manifestation of the Dark Book appears and says that it's her duty to fulfill Hayate's wish. This is obviously true, since Hayate's wish was to kill all her friends and end humanity.
リンディさん、エイミーさん、戦闘位置を海の付近に移しました。市街地の火災をお願いします。大丈夫。今、災害担当の局員が向かっ
Why bother? There's nobody living there.
Reload. マガジン残り3本、カートリッジ18発。
Wow. It only took them 24 episodes to actually acknowledge any relevance about the fact that their weapons use bullets. Never before have they been close to running out of ammo, or has the ammo made any difference at all besides being a cool visual thing. Of course, this is only artificial tension, so we're still not going to count it.
Call me. Call me, my master.
いつかは眠るよ。だけどそれは今じゃない。今は颯ちゃんとフェイトちゃんを助ける。
Of course. Just when the final fight between Nanoha and Dark Babe Hayate, a fight we actually care about, is about to heat up, we're whisked back into the stupid dream world with stupid Fate and her stupid fantasy. Waste of time. Skip.
Back in the real world, Nanoha is getting her ass beat, and in Hayate's dream, she works to sway the Dark Book with the power of friendship. Yuno arrives to hopefully provide information on how to save Hayate and Fate. You want to know what it is? What they have to do? They have to beat up the bad guy. That's it. They have to beat up the bad guy to win.
Who would have guessed that the way to free your friends is to defeat the enemy? Thankfully, the show was here to explain it to us, the audience, because we're all babbies.
Fate escapes the book somehow. Meanwhile, Hayate is succeeding in defeating the book by renaming it Reinforce. The episode ends. Hey, Will. Do you remember last time when I predicted that the power of friendship would be winning the day? Yep. Thank you.
Fuck you too. Back in Stupid Land, the Balkan Knights also escape the book at the behest of Hayate, who now gets to become her own magical girl. This show is for babbies.
颯ちゃん、私たち。ええよ。みんなわかってる。そやけど、細かいことは後や。
Google! Well, good to know what Hayate thinks of her friends.
Why are you a knight? Why is a little girl a knight? Why are any of these four knights? At least Signum has a fucking sword. The rest are, in order, a healer, a 6-year-old girl, and a dog. Why are they knights?
No, shut up. There's no time, remember? They must manage to stop the Dark Book's corruption. As the evil code goes ham in the background, they deliberate on whether to try freezing the corruption or to blow the holy hell out of it.
I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Fucking A.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
As they deliberate, Arf gets bored and says, "Why don't we shoot it until it dies?" They consider this, then decide that it seems like the best bet. But first, they need to transport the corruption into space.
Good thing Chrono took care of those pillars of fire. Oh right, there's nobody in the city.
Hang on, I'll take care of those. Shoot. I was just about to...
No, enough! What the actual hell is this? The Omega weapon? Wow, that is so dumb. There'd be a joke here about overcompensating or something, but I'm totally flabbergasted by the stupidity of a gigantic harmer.
I hope Signum's sword turns into a sword that's 85 feet long and shoots other slightly smaller swords.
Well, almost. Her sword turns into a giant bow. Because we need to offer additional accessory packs with our Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha A's action figures, sold separately.
Oh, no, it's cool. Fate got the 85-foot-long sword thing under control.
They just killed the woman atop the big monster, and in response it spawned a robot dinosaur head. What in the actual hell is going on? This is the worst final boss ever. It's done nothing. It hasn't even taken a turn yet.
Well, it just shook off being both turned to stone and totally frozen. Good thing they have yet another attack lined up. Remember that one time there was tension? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Well, they successfully kicked the hell out of the thing and are now teleporting it into space. The rainbow cannon proceeds to BTFO the monster. Little did they know that the magnitude of this explosion was enough to push the Earth out of orbit, plunging it into another ice age.
Oh, good thing all the people are, back now. They're now in the normal universe. What a stupid cop-out this show is.
The day is saved, the enemy is defeated, and Hayate collapses. One more episode to go.
Sadly, even though the corruption in the book has been destroyed, it still poses a threat to Hayate per the warnings of Lynn Horse, the Ugandan subtitle's way of saying the name reinforce. He does not know the way.
Conveniently, the Belka Knights have been separated from the book and will persist even after it's destroyed. Because of this, we prepare for the death of the most recent and least important member of the team. As usual, there is no tension.
Hey, that's my line. Whatever. Hayate has a premonition or something and comes careening down the hill towards this ceremony of destruction to try to break it off. What follows is emotional.
主ハヤテ、良いのですよ。いいことない。いいことなんかなんもあらへん。随分と長い時を生きてきましたが、最後の最後ですから、私は笑ってゆけます。私の意志はあなたの魔導と騎士たちの魂に残ります。
I mean, I guess it's a pretty sad scene. And I'd probably love it if I was invested at all. But what this really boils down to is the desperate pleas of a 10-year-old girl to preserve a friend she made literally a day ago that was previously an evil book bent on her death. This was not a friend she'd had for days or months or years, nor was it any of the members of the Belka Knights who we'd seen her spending time with and growing closer to. It was the personification of a book that she'd known for 24 hours, maybe. The emotional weight of this scene is tantamount to a toddler throwing a tantrum because they're denied candy they saw on the shelf 5 seconds ago.
Gilgram resigns, Nanoha and Fate babble, Hayate has reinforced as a necklace now, blah blah blah. Everything gets wrapped up with a tidy bow. During the credits, we get to see everyone 6 years later. It's inconsequential. Series concluded! So, Will, the question, as always, would you continue watching?
Wait, what? This isn't cover by cover, you dumbass. This is Animerica.
I understand, dude, but we've only seen the first 2 seasons of the show. There's a plethora of other Nanoha content awaiting us, including more seasons of the TV series, 3 films, drama CDs.
I get it. Would I watch any other Nanoha content in all of creation? Well, the answer to that question is... But as for the currently judged Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha A's, I just have one thing to say. This anime is terrible! What a train wreck. Okay, let's give the little bit of credit where it's due. There were a handful of things here that were passable. The animation, for the most part, was adequate. When characters weren't distorting reality, that is. And some of the attack effects were neat. When they weren't lazily slapping in stock After Effects. And that's really all I can say that was not hot garbage. None of the characters were interesting in the slightest. Nanoha, the show's namesake, felt like an auxiliary character in her own show, with her and Fate playing second fiddle to Hayate and her band of friendship knights. Hell, they were straight up incapacitated for entire episodes at a time. The story is a mess. There are never any stakes, and overall, it's a milquetoast boring slog. Once again, 30% of an anime.
I feel like I personally have an intrinsic hesitation when it comes to Magical Girl anime because it doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous that a person that's 9 or 10 years old would have the mental abilities that are presented in this type of show. When I was 9 or 10 years old, I was a stupid kid. I could hardly manage to keep from running out into traffic and dying, let alone saving humanity. Yet these anime seem to put the weight of the world on these prepubescent girls and expect everyone to be saved. If they were 16, 17, you know, that would make a little more sense. But being this young, they're still developing mentally. And I don't buy that they'd be able to do half the things they do in this show. You've got 10-year-olds that are handling situations that adults would struggle to cope with. And I'm sorry, but I just don't buy it.
One of the biggest selling points going into this was the notion that the Nanoha series was supposed to be a magical girl anime that's accessible to boys. I'm sorry, but if I was a boy again, I can say that there would be nothing appealing or accessible about this show to me. If I was 10 years old and my choices for entertainment were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mighty Max, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, or this, I'm sorry, but Nanoha is losing that channel change every single time. Even if I was a kid in Japan with choices like Bleach, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, etc. available, Nanoha still wouldn't ever see the light of my TV tube. It's a problem of having your cake and eating it too. They tried to make an anime that was worthwhile for boys and that it featured fight scenes, big explosions, cool laser effects, etc., but they pussed out halfway and decided this needs to fit our girl demographic too. So there can't ever be any tension, consequences, or violence. Oh, and don't forget the kawaii desu ne moments too. For Pete's sake. The first season at least had some darker story beats in it. A's was totally bereft of anything even remotely consequential. And honestly, I don't care to investigate whether they remedy these glaring flaws down the line in their sequel series or sequel series or sequel series or movies.
Well, guys, I'd say it's been a blast, but, you know. Anyway, this has been Animerica Unlimited. I'm Will Ryan. And I'm JT Kamp. And we will see you all next time for Cover by Cover Season 4, Anime Legends. About time!
Oh.
Okay. Come on. Are you serious?
Okay, pizza's here.
Get out of the way, dude. Pepperoni. See you all next time. Whee!